Yeah. Welcome to the open book, where truth don't hide, stories ride, and every chapter got that power. Turn the page, now you stepping in, where real ones talk and the fake pretend. From viral heat to deep convo, we write the truth, let the whole world know. This ain't just a channel, it's a movement. The open book, every story, every voice.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the open book. I am your host, Lakeisha, and I hope everyone is having a wonderful weekend. It is Saturday morning. It is a sunny day on today, a beautiful day. And so I know I am so excited and just looking forward to chilling out, relaxing this weekend. Last weekend, it was my husband and our 11th year anniversary. And so we had a great time last weekend. And so this weekend, look, I'm not thinking about nothing, not going anywhere, just chilling on today. So let's see, who do we have in the building so far? Also, y'all, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to buy a coffee. That link is pinned at the top of the screen. You're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat, and my Cash App is scrolling at the bottom. All right, let's see who we have. Hey, Kim Hyde is in the building. Oakland, California, the Bay Area. Thank you so much for joining and for being first in the building. I appreciate that. Good morning, Brittany. Welcome, sis. Thank you so much for joining. Hey, Jay. Good morning. She said it's a blessing to wake up, y'all. I know that's right. Okay. Thank you so much. Hi, Deborah Johnston is in the building. That was my mom's name. Every time I see that name, it's so special to me. She said, happy anniversary. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate that. Good morning, Sunshine. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Shout out to Jay for the super chat and for being a sponsor for today's live. She said, rise and shine and give God all the glory. Come on now. Don't get us started up in here, okay? God is so faithful. Yes. Thank y'all so much. Yes. And her name was so original with that is her name is spelled the exact same way. Oh my gosh. So every time I see someone come into my chat named Deborah, it reminds me so much of my mother. But thank you so much for being here. Okay, y'all. So we're going to get into a good topic this morning. It is one that I'm almost kind of like not wanting to cover. But we're going to still highlight the great things that this young woman has done. Okay. Now, many of you all may know Sha'Carri Richardson from being one of the fastest track runners. Okay. She has won so many medals, and y'all, just to see her comeback. Hey, Lola, hey, sis, good morning. Just to see her comeback after she was disqualified when she had first started out, she was disqualified from being a part of the Olympics because they had found marijuana in her system. And, it was so heartbreaking to see someone so talented get pretty much turned away and having to wait. She has, shared with us her story. Her grandmother has raised her, had like a rocky relationship kind of with her mom, but her mom did pass away. And, during that time, after that, I know it was probably one of the most embarrassing moments of her life to have to go through that time where she was then disqualified. People were like, we still wanted it for her. And we was, I know I was just disappointed, but at the same time, I wanted the best for her. You know what I'm saying? She was young, and sometimes when you're first starting out, you do make mistakes. Okay. You do make decisions that are not always going to be in line with the vision and the dream that you have for your life. Jay said, I love Sha'Carri. She dances to her own tune. I hate this happened. Exactly, Jay. Right. And I love her too. Hi, Mrs. X. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Okay, let's see. Brittany said, yes, same here. I was shocked to hear the latest news. Yes. And so after that, y'all, she came back and she, to me, looked different. I mean, her whole look had changed. And she went ahead, was able to then go to the Olympics and she won big. Y'all, I actually cried just to see that she had not given up and that she was doing some great things. God was opening so many doors for her to get endorsements, to be on magazines. I wanted to even show y'all some of her. Let me share my screen, show y'all her Instagram. Okay. Some of the great things that she has been able to do thus far. And this here, that's her grandmother. Her grandmother stands by her side. Oh, I hate that I blew it up like that. Okay, I can click off. Okay. But y'all, she made a comeback out of this world. Okay. Look at this. All of the different endorsements. Okay. That she has been granted the opportunities. Turtles candy. Okay, come on now, Turtles. I didn't know she was endorsing Turtles. Let me make it a little bigger. Okay. I did not know she was endorsing. Y'all, that's one of my favorite candies. Okay. I just want y'all to see the different things because what we're going to get into is, something that hit the news that is, of course, devastating, however, we'll get into it. We'll get into that. But yeah, so she's doing a lot of great things. Fastest woman in the world. Okay, come on now. She has her merch, so she's been busy. If you notice, her page is not about a lot of drama. Okay, you can't win, so win. Okay, a lot of different things she has been doing. Great, beautiful pictures. She's been on the cover of Essence magazine. Beat Solo Buds. Okay, that endorsement. Her grandmother's always there supporting her, always by her side throughout it all. On the cover of Vogue magazine. Okay, very beautiful picture. So I wanted to show y'all just some of the things that she has been doing. And I really hadn't heard of her name in any bad news. Okay. Recently, of course, I just heard of this new information this morning. Okay. Because she's just been doing her thing. Good morning, Catherine. Welcome. Let's see. Brittany said, I hope that she learned her lesson and moved on from this. Right. All right, so let's get into some things that I did not know. Okay, I knew she was doing her thing. She was still running, winning, all these beautiful pictures and so forth. But baby, she keeps her personal life pretty much out of the spotlight. Okay, but y'all know it's some people out here, baby. We are nosy. And I will still say this. I don't know how y'all keep up with who's following who on different platforms. Like, y'all, some people are so technical that they know, such and such unfollowed this person or such and such unfollowed this person. They must be beefing or they are not they are not together anymore. All of this. And so I pretty much do not keep up with it like y'all do, some of y'all, but I am pretty much in the know. However, I will say with Sha'Carri Richardson, her personal life has pretty much not been a big focus. Okay. Now, here pictured in this photo is her and another fellow athlete by the name of Christian Coleman. Okay. Christian Coleman. Oh, we're going to get into it. Eslyn, welcome. Thank you for joining. Catherine says she has to stop with the shenanigans, though. First, she was disqualified from the Olympics from having the MJ in her system. Yes. And now this. Come on, Sha'Carri, get it together. Yes. And me and my husband, we were talking about that this morning because, I was saying, when you're young and things like that, that's that growing phase where you have to really start paying attention to the decisions that you make because you're no longer, once you're a celebrity and a professional athlete, Like that's how a lot of people view her. You're a role model and things like that. All of the decisions that you make will impact the public persona, okay, of who people see that you are. Okay, yeah, you got to do better at some point. Oh no, you're fine, Insulin Girl. We just started. Okay, so it will come a time where you will have to grow up, okay, and learn that I'm always being watched. Okay. There are cameras everywhere. And especially if you don't know TMZ by now, TMZ is everywhere. You have cameras everywhere and they catch everything. Okay. Good morning, Janet. Lifestyles for Janet is in the building. Thank you so much for joining. Okay. Jay said, I be nosy like I be nosy like that with Bibi and her baby daddy. Number 3, when they unfollow each other on IG. See, I don't even know how to tell when people are not following other people. Okay. People expect better from her, especially her sponsors. Exactly, Catherine. And that's the thing. Okay. She has sponsors to think about. All right. So let's get into this. So let me go to, okay. All right. Now, back when she was 24, she had, and this was probably around 2023, she had fans buzzing with, noise talking about, is Sha'Carri with Christian, because she shares like little sweet moments on her story and things like that. And so, when she was in a competition, and she was actually one of the winners, Christian Coleman, who then was 28, ran up to her, and I'm gonna show that moment. Okay, and this is when sparks of the rumors started really sparking of them potentially being in a relationship, I should say, or dating. And so fans have first speculated about these two after Christian embraced Sha'Carri at this 2023 Budapest World Championships, where she anchored her team to a 4x100 meter relay and won gold. Okay, so let me show y'all that first moment that pretty much kind of sparked that they were dating. Okay, good morning, Amanda. Hey, sis, thank you for joining. And y'all, if I'm on another screen, if I miss anyone, good morning to everyone in the building. Okay, let me share that.
Rica dipped into the lead or made it a race. The lead that Sha'Carri got, she held, and that is not easy to do, trust me, against Sharika Jackson. Ask TT Terry, who probably lost about 8 or 9 meters, even though she held on last year. What Sha'Carri just did is pretty special. You hauled off somebody that closes. Whoa.
That was a football tackle by Christian Coleman on Sha'Carri, but so joyous. They're celebrating this championship record, and they're celebrating.
I think you get some more.
Okay. So people were like, okay, for him to be like her co-athlete, that hug was a little like strong. Okay. He pretty much brought her to the ground. Like he wanted to, get some business taken care of. But people started wondering, were they dating even during that moment? Okay. That first hug. And also, let me say, this live is for educational entertainment purposes only and is covered under the Fair Use Act. Information shared is alleged in our opinions as we react to various topics and people. Good morning, Rebecca. Thank you for joining. Okay. Hi, Val. So that's when, so 2023, was not that long ago. And then adding to the relationship chatter during that time, Christian had shared on his own Instagram story from the event, and he showed the two of them holding hands. Okay. So it wasn't anything put out there at the time that they were pretty much together, but you know how people just kind of show little moments and you're supposed to read between the lines. Now, Christian Coleman, I really did not know a whole lot about him. So I also wanted to show you all that he is doing a lot of things as well. Okay. Hi, Danielle. Good morning. He has endorsements. Okay. Things that he is doing as well. So let's take a look at his IG. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Notice he's in various competitions. It looks like he's a model too. All right, let's go, Christian. Okay. Looks like he's a model here, modeling some of his attire, little jacket and pants. Okay. Looking good. Someone said, looking good, Coleman. All right. So he also has a lot of things going on in his life as well. But I wanted to show you all this to show that they are very kind of private with their personal lives. Okay. It looks like they are about sports, they are about their endorsements, and they're about business. Okay. There he is winning his trophies. Okay. Very athletic. So they have that in common. And with athletes, they travel a lot and they see each other a lot. Okay. And so sometimes when people do that, they date within that realm or that circle. Okay. Now, let me take this down. Okay. Amanda said they look like cousins running to embrace each other with excitement. Okay. Get live Sha'Carri out there, okay? Both beautiful, young, and talented. Exactly. Rebecca, they are both athletes. Now, Sha'Carri, do you remember her from when she was? She's actually from the Dallas, Texas area, and she was in the running to go to the Olympics. I forgot which year that was, y'all. It was prior to this last one, so it was the Olympics prior to that. And she was disqualified from going because when they do the test and so forth, the drug test, they had found that she had marijuana in her system. And so it disqualified her. And so a lot of people were disappointed, sad, but she eventually made a comeback. Okay. She did make a comeback and was able to go to the next Olympics and compete. Okay. Now, let's get into it. Now, as of this was probably about a couple of weeks ago. Let's kind of work our way up to what just happened last weekend. So prior to last weekend, now y'all, when I was reading this, I said, oh, Lord, just a lot of going back and forth. And when you're dealing with young folks, sometimes this is what they do, the type of things that they do. Okay. Now, going back about 2 weeks, okay, Sha'Carri Richardson had posted a picture on her Instagram with the caption that said, "It's time for a change." And that was all it took to set the rumor mill spinning. Okay. Fans started looking into comments. Y'all do too much. Looking into comments, decoding messages like, is she breaking up? Okay. People were wondering, Christian Coleman to duck up. This is a message coded to him. She outside. Okay, so they started saying that there were rumors that her and her boo thing were breaking up. Okay, now they've been allegedly together for over a year. Okay, really almost pretty much like a year and a half. Okay, so it might have just ended there, but then, people kind of kept looking into it and looking at his page and then looking at her page. Okay. And then she made another post. Okay. Right after that. And it was on July 29th with the same outfit that she had on. And dressed in the same outfit, she appeared casually seated while someone snapped the shot. And the caption on that one said, at Tame by Bree, every time. Tell your mama the truth. That was the tag, okay? And so a licensed cosmetologist responsible for her flawless hair is the one that did her hair for that picture. But what really stirred the pot was a comment underneath the post, okay? And someone asked her, is Coleman out? So they were asking her, was her boyfriend out. And Sha'Carri liked the comment. Okay. To top it off, both of her posts were soundtracked by Cardi B's Outside, featuring a verse where Cardi B lays it all out about leaving Offset. And so people were like, oh man, the song that she used, We Outside, you know, now they're really thinking that they were breaking up. Okay, that something just was not quite right between the two. Okay, Rebecca said, I remember that. Brittany said, a lot of celebrities keep their business, share little details on their personal life. Okay, Brittany, I know you have to go. Thank you so much for joining, sis. Jay said, I think we expect too much from people. Unfortunately, these are things that happen with some relationships in everyday life, but because Sha'Carri is a star, it becomes newsworthy. Exactly, Jay. I agree. I totally agree. Okay. So then after that, they noticed that the comments on the post became limited after Sha'Carri had liked it. Now we're going somewhere with this because I want y'all to see what is leading up to the moment that they experienced in the airport. Okay, this thing had been building. All right. So after people started saying, oh man, she liked someone's comment that said Coleman out. So are they breaking up? So then y'all on the post, after Sha'Carri liked it and people started talking more about it, she limited the comments. Okay, where not too many people could then comment. So after she opened the comment section back up, she had removed the like. Now, wait a second. Now, why are you playing these games? Okay, so she had removed the like. Now, the comment was still there, but her silent stamp of approval had vanished. So what really convinced fans that the breakup was real was the sudden disappearance of several shared photos from both of their Instagram accounts. Okay. One post that went back to February 15th is when Christian Coleman had dropped like a lot of images from Valentine's Day Eve when he was with Sha'Carri. Okay. And they had like a cozy shot of her sitting on his lap in this red cut sleeve dress. They had started removing all of those posts. Okay. All of the pictures. And y'all, to be honest, that is a real big sign. Okay. Because that's how I found out and kind of knew that some of my friends were actually getting a divorce or had gotten a divorce because they had stopped sharing pictures together. They had removed pictures. And so those types of things do happen in real life. And people pay close attention. I'm not saying I'm just all up in people's business like that, but after a while, you're like, I ain't seen such and such. Next thing I knew, I talked to my friend. She was like, girl, we had gotten a divorce. I was like, a year ago. You know, you didn't realize it at the moment, but if you go back to her page, yeah, all the pictures gone. Okay. So then Sha'Carri formally confirmed rumors of dating Christian Coleman by sharing a carousel of photos together of them together on a couples outing during a Super Bowl weekend. And then the final slide features them holding hands and posing intimately, and the caption read, even from the down under, still going up. And so that post is still on her feed, okay, right now. Now, right after this social media move, Sha'Carri Richardson took to her Instagram story to send yet another cryptic message that could have possibly been related to Christian Coleman. She has shared an image of a 2025 calendar split into two rows. The top row, January to June, was fully shaded with the caption, "This is done." The bottom row, from July to December, showed only July outline while the rest remained blank, accompanied by the phrase, "This is up to you." And then she also added, "I will be telling my truth soon." So then you start thinking, what truth? What's going on? Okay. Because obviously now we can see there is trouble in paradise. Okay. Relationship wise, that post suggested that Sha'Carri and Christian may have broken up or were going through a difficult phase. So, by marking the first half of the year as done, she could have been signaling that part of their relationship was behind her emotionally. The phrase, "this is up to you," hints that the future may depend on Christian's next steps. In her promise to tell her truth adds a personal, vulnerable note, and the tension basically was going on, had been going on for some time now between the two. Okay. Now, February of this year, she had unfollowed Christian, but then things were fine within days. So see how this goes back and forth, y'all. This seems like a lot of, like Jay said, young people do this kind of thing. Okay. But she has to understand that she is now at the focal point of a lot of people's lives, because some people follow her. They're genuinely into track and field. They follow her as someone that they look up to. Okay. Her Instagram has over, I believe, let me see, I think it was 4 million. Let me see here. Her Instagram has 4.1 million followers. Okay, so that's a lot of followers. That's a lot of followers. So I know when we are not known, we can do these types of things with our boyfriends and girlfriends. Oh, let me follow, let me unfollow. He getting on my nerves. I'm gonna unfollow him for a few days. Oh, again. But guess what? You now have over 4.1 million people watching every move you make, everywhere you go. And so now the buzz is being added to, okay, what they may have already been going through privately, but now you have the buzz going around of, what he do to my girl? Oh, look at her. See, she don't know a good thing when she got one. Y'all know the comments that go on, okay, underneath these posts. And so if they were dealing with something private, now this is causing it to escalate, okay, because now it is becoming public and people are adding their own opinions to it. Amanda said the days of looking up to celebrities are over. You should be your child's role model. These folks are human and their motive is money. Okay. They will always make decisions in their best interest. And a lot of their decisions lack morality and integrity. It's time to teach the children the truth. I agree. We definitely have to teach our children. Okay, baby. Now, everything you see on TV, okay, on YouTube, is real. Okay, you have to know that sometimes people have different motives. Yes, Sha'Carri needs to understand that Florence Griffith Joyner was the fastest woman in the world at one point with no scandals. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Danielle. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that you are here. Those people are so miserable off camera and behind the closed doors. Their relationships are a complete mess. Right, Jay. Don't get tricked by the photos. Okay. See, this is what we see. Okay. But baby, after the picture, oh, you are sorry. Hey, get your A out my face. Here we go with the arguing. Okay, here we go, popping off. You don't like it, then she getting on your all kind of stuff. But when we see it in the magazines and things like that, hey, it's all perfect. They tried to say that Florence Griffith Jr. used steroids and she was clear from that. Yeah, I think she was clear from that. I don't think that they were able to find anything in her system or proof of that. Yeah. Okay. So after unfollowing each other, when things were fine, they were back to following each other. And a similar pattern played out in June. Okay. So now we're getting up. So then recently, as of June, they both unfollowed each other, which once again fueled breakup rumors. Okay. Then Sha'Carri posted another cryptic quote in a playful Instagram story featuring Coleman and a tiny frog brushed off the rumors again. Okay. So after this, y'all, it's like now we end up with a scenario and some things that took place in a public place in Washington. Okay. Now, this took place last weekend. Okay. Now, I was not aware of this. I don't know, y'all. We've been focusing on so much. There's been so much going on in the news. Okay. That I missed this. I really missed this. Now, reigning 100-meter world champion Sha'Carri Richardson was arrested last weekend for allegedly assaulting her boyfriend at the Seattle Tacoma International Airport. I was like, now wait a second. Oh, how did we get here? Okay, now, yeah, the following, unfollowing, you're putting your messages out there, you're trying to throw shade, but it has now escalated to her getting arrested, okay? And so now I'm wondering, well, what are y'all getting arrested for? Well, her getting arrested for. Richardson was arrested Sunday on a 4th-degree domestic violence offense, according to a police report obtained by the Associated Press. So on that Thursday, she ran in the opening round of the women's 100 meters at the U.S. Track and Field Championships in Eugene, Oregon. She had an automatic bye to the World Championships in September in Tokyo as the defending champion, okay? Now, the 25-year-old Richardson was booked into the South Correctional Entity in Des Moines, Washington at 6:54 last Sunday, but she was released this past Monday at 1:13, okay? Now, the USATF is aware of the reports, but as of right now, they have not been commenting on the matter, okay? Also, Sha'Carri's agent did not immediately reply to any emails or comment. Now, check this out because I want to know y'all's thoughts on this, okay? Now, the police officer said that an officer at the airport was notified by a TSA supervisor, okay, of a disturbance between Sha'Carri and her boyfriend, which is a sprinter, Christian Coleman. The officer reviewed camera footage and observed Richardson reaching out with her left arm and grabbing Coleman's backpack and yank it away. Then they said that allegedly she appeared to get in Christian's way with Christian trying to step around her. Then allegedly she shoved Christian into a wall there in the airport. Okay. The report later said that Sha'Carri appeared to throw an item, which I read in another report, it was some headphones, at Christian. Okay, which the TSA did say it looked like allegedly some headphones. In the police report, the officer also said, I was told that Coleman did not want to participate any further in the investigation, and he declined to be a victim. Okay, so this is now on her record of being 4th-degree domestic violence. This just happened last weekend, Jay. Me too. I had missed that one. Hi, Yolanda. Good morning. Welcome. Hi, Sergeant King. Thank you for joining. Okay. Thank you so much for joining us. Yes. Okay. So it's 4th degree. That's why I don't understand people with these relationship goals posts. It's stupid. We have no idea who they are off camera. Okay, wait, that's it. That's why she was, yes, Jay. So that's what I'm saying. What do y'all think about that? Okay, because we have to also understand that she was going to compete as well. Now, Okay. Because we always want to, we don't want to do a double standard. Let's look at this thing as if a man did. Okay. Let's just say a woman, because I want us to see it, picture it, both aspects. A woman is trying to go walk about their business, but a man keeps standing in her way. Okay. So then the woman is trying to get away and the man pushes her and throws headphones at her. Would that also qualify as 4th degree domestic violence? On either side of what Sha'Carri did, and if it was him, if the roles were reversed. Amanda said, Jay, sometimes I don't even want to walk in my own shoes. Why the heck would I want to walk in anyone else's? Right. It would hurt her career. Look at Glorilla. After her arrest, she got 2/3 Checkers burgers named for her. Oh, wow. Really? Oh, it won't. Okay. It won't hurt her career. That's what you were saying. Okay. I hope she's not added to the no-fly list. Ooh, I hope not either. But even if a man did it, that's crazy. That doesn't require an arrest warrant. Okay. I mean, my thing is, for one, kudos to Christian for keeping his calm, okay, and for not wanting to pursue anything further. He said he does not want to be looked at as a victim, a domestic violence victim, okay. Things like this is how it starts, okay, in some situations. Men can be abused just as well as women, okay? We, most of the time when we hear domestic violence, we think of a man hitting a woman. Now, I'm a believer in, I don't feel that anyone should put their hands on anyone, okay? I don't care if you're a man or a woman. Now, throwing some headphones, which, you know, oh my gosh, this is like a tough situation. I mean, oh my gosh, throwing headphones, I don't think it hurt. But pushing the man where, you know, it pushed him into the wall, that's taking it to another level. I don't think that it qualifies as, and I may be wrong, y'all. I just really didn't see this as domestic violence. She, the Jamaican, before she met him and the girl was abusing her, she said she dated a Jamaican before she met him and the girl was abusing her. Oh, really? And welcome, Taji. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Oh, wow. Now, I did hear at one point she was dating a girl. On the other side, it ain't worth getting. That's not domestic violence. Yeah, I don't think I would consider that domestic violence. Now, at the same time, do we really know what was happening behind closed doors? I don't know. Has she been more aggressive with him? Now, this was in a public place, and parts of this was caught on camera. Okay, now that's odd too, because he didn't go and report anything. So y'all just watching and because, you know, they're having a heated argument, she pushing him and threw something at him, then y'all come out and notice, you know, TSA, y'all come out and say, oh, let's call the police on this young lady. Like, to me, that's suspect. He didn't go and say, excuse me, I need help. My girlfriend over here hitting me. All of this. He didn't do that. They had watched it happen, and then they contacted the police. The arrest was a result of being in an airport. If that happened anywhere else, this would not have gone as far. TSA is no BS zone. I don't even speak loud in an airport. Okay, is that the issue? Because they were probably too loud. What happened before the book bag snatch? Right. That's what I want to know. Because, see, we're only hearing about a heated argument had gotten too far gone. Okay. And I guess they had gotten into an argument first. Then that's when the pull backpack, she's trying to block him, then pushed him into the wall, allegedly, and then threw her headphones at him. That's when they got involved. So now the USA Track and Field Department they are aware of this, but then they're going to have to make a decision. And also, y'all, someone mentioned it earlier, the sponsors. Okay, some sponsors, they don't want their brand or their products attached to anything negative, whether we feel like this was justified or not. Okay, now she did win the 100 at the 2023 World Championships in Budapest, finished with the silver at the Paris Games last summer. She also helped the 4x100 relay to an Olympic gold. Okay. Oh, that was 2021 when that happened, y'all, when she had tested positive for marijuana and she didn't compete at the Tokyo Olympics. That wasn't even that long ago. Wow. I don't know why I thought that was longer. It had been a longer distance time. Yeah, she must have been really upset at something. But y'all notice how these things have been brewing prior to this blow up. Okay, what was really taking place behind the scenes? Jay said, I feel bad for her and I hope this doesn't affect her career. I have to go. Y'all need to fix breakfast for the sick and shut. Not the sick and shut in. Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, it is a sick and shut in. Yes. Well, I am praying that all is going well with that, Jay. Thank you so much. And thank you for being a sponsor for today's live. I appreciate your support. Yes, y'all. So I'm praying as well that this does not affect her career. I know that they are going to have to consider the charge, but they're also waiting to see if prosecutors want to further this. Okay, he is saying that he does not want to cooperate in anything with an investigation. He is not a victim and all of that. So he's already put that out there. So I don't even think prosecutors would take on a case like this, because to me, I really didn't see any hitting. Now we did hear of a push and maybe throwing the headphones, hi, love you for real, welcome. But I don't know, this is a shady one right here, a gray area that I don't know. And I wanted to see what you all thought. But she has come so far, y'all. And like I said, going back to the decisions as a person that is now in the limelight and that has a lot of endorsements, making a lot of money, very good at what she does. The things that she does in public will impact her. People are watching even when you don't think they are watching. They both still follow each other right now on social media sites. So, okay. So it could have just been like a spur of the moment argument. And she was upset in that moment. And that was her way of reacting. But in that one way of reacting like that in public, I hope it does not cost her what she's worked so hard for. Okay. And to come back. She did like a huge comeback. For only, that to cause her to lose it. And I do feel that, she's still young. And like I said, she is going to have to understand that regardless of your age, you're now in a new position in life. And many doors have opened, but just as quick as those doors, or it may not even seem quick, but just as those doors will open, they can also close with one bad movement. So I'm just praying for her. I wanted you all to have an update. Also, kudos to Christian. I want to say kudos to Christian. In that moment, he kept his cool. Now, unless they do come out with more info, we really don't know what was going on behind the scenes. Okay? So we have to, hear the full story of something before we can really talk too much on it. All we do have right now is what was publicly seen, but we don't have the details behind the scenes yet. He did something. The fact that he says he's not a victim and he doesn't wish to pursue anything further suggests that something was up. Okay. Wow. Taji said Coleman is a very laid-back person. Wow. That's interesting, y'all. That is interesting. Do y'all think that she will speak up now that this has come out? Do you think that she will share with us what happened? Or will this kind of she's hoping it will just go away and she keeps her man. Okay, because she had that calendar up, but she said, hey, this is up to you. Can you look into the hair store in Houston grand opening with total chaos by us? Oh, I'll look into that. Good morning. It is what it is. I'll have to look into that. What? That's crazy. So those of you who are joining and may have missed the breaking news, Sha'Carri Richardson was arrested last Sunday, as a matter of fact, on 4th-degree domestic violence offense. Okay. She is 25 right now. That time she was booked into the South Correctional Entity in Des Moines, Washington, and she was released last Monday. Okay. The USATF, track and field, is aware of the reports, but they're not commenting. Many people were wondering, will the prosecutors further this, because Christian Coleman, which is her boyfriend, does not want to further the investigation. He said he's not a victim. Okay. So TSA is the ones that reported what they saw, and they went back and reviewed camera footage, and they noticed that Sha'Carri had reached out with her left arm and grabbed Christian's backpack and yanked it away. Then she appeared to have gotten into his way when he was trying to step around her. She allegedly shoved him into a wall and threw an item that resembled some headphones at him. So they are putting this up under the umbrella of domestic violence. Okay. Yeah, that could be it too. Maybe he's trying to protect her. Yep. Hi, Yana Star. Good morning. Welcome. I thought she was dating a woman. You know what? It is what it is. The last time I looked, I saw that too. Like I said, I don't keep up too much with her personal life, but I did see that. So the rumors of them dating started at the end of 2023. And so things have got, stronger between the two, and they had started sharing pictures with each other and all of that. So yes, she's no longer, I don't believe, dating the woman that she was with, because I did remember that, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. I think it was like an article I just came across one day, and now they've been dating. He's a fellow athlete. He's a sprinter. They need to drop this mess, stop wasting money, and go fight some real crime. There's nothing to see or do here. Exactly, Amanda. I agree. I don't think that this, like I said, hey, I don't want to speak too soon. Now, if it's some real domestic violence stuff taking place, yes, I do feel that, hey, we can't do that. I don't care who you are, okay? So I'm against domestic violence. However, in this particular case, I don't really see this as a domestic violence case. Oh, really? Now, see, it is what it is. I'm going to have to look into that. Now, if this is a pattern, Sha'Carri, that's a different conversation. Okay, girl. Now, you definitely can't be doing that with all of these endorsements and sponsors and no, ma'am. They're not going to go for that. I'm sorry. And I hope she saw what happened to Jonathan Majors. Okay. Sometimes just at the news of a lawsuit or some bad arrest or things like that, people start yanking endorsements away. So I'm going to look into this further, y'all, because I want to see if there's a pattern. Okay. But at face value for this particular situation, I don't see it as a domestic violence situation just from the airport footage. But hey, like I said, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors either. Okay. Because oh my gosh, why do we have to go there all the time? You know, I just really hate that. And I hope it does not mess up her career. I really hope not. But I will keep you all informed. I will look more into it, see if I can find any more information regarding their relationship and the previous one. And then we'll kind of delve into it a little more to see, you know, what's going on. Okay. But thank you all so much for joining this morning. Also, special shout out to Jay for being a sponsor for today's live. Taji, he could be, but he shouldn't if something serious is going on. Exactly, Amanda. I agree. Make sure y'all hit the like button. It is for free. Also, if you would like to support the channel, you're welcome to send a super sticker, super chat. My coffee link is pinned at the top, and my Cash App is scrolling on the screen. I love you all. Thank y'all so much for joining today, and I hope y'all have a blessed day. Until next time.
Flip through truth with the open book. If you felt that heat, like share and stay locked in. Another chapter done, but we far from finished. Truth on the mic, yeah, we handle business. Real talk, no fluff, just facts and fire. From the book to the block, we taking it higher. The open book, every voice matters, every lie shatters. Catch you next page.